Hello everyone, it's a fair programming error that just refused to be fixed. Code here. And I am gonna be doing another reaction. I recently reacted to the first episode of Indie Cross, the animated series, which was made by MORØ Productions. And that reminded me that there was another thing made by MORØ Productions that I've been meaning to watch, which is Helluva Boss versus MORØ Drones. Which is another crossover, much like Indie Cross, but just, two franchises. But I've been doing reactions to MORØ Drones on the channel. I've been doing reactions to Helluva Boss on the channel. Both series I very much enjoy. Possibly MORØ Drones, MORØ Drones more. Still, both series I very much enjoy. So this crossover was definitely in the back of my mind for a while, until I forgot about it. And I was like, when I finally reacted to Indie Cross, I was like, hang on, wasn't there something else I've been meaning to watch? And that's when I remembered this exists. Now, I'm very, very interested in seeing how this plays out. What would even be the setup for the characters from those two franchises duking it out? Probably, let's face it, the Helluva Boss crew somehow got a hit on these robots. Some kind of human died and is like, these fucking MORØ drones, I want my revenge, kill these robots. And they're like, good enough. That is my assumption as to how the plot will go. Now, naturally, this will be a little bit off, because they won't have the, original voice actors for the characters, I assume. So we'll see how close these voices sound to the original. We'll figure that out as we go. And I'm curious as to if they're gonna have some character interactions as well, or if it's just gonna be combat. I hope there's gonna be some proper interactions. I'd assume if I had to pair people up as to who might fight who, Moxie and Enz kind of seem like they're the more goofball like characters that could go up against each other. V and Millie probably are the most batshit insane ones that could go up. Again, Uzi kind of too, but I feel like if I had to pick between Uzi and V as to who would go up against Millie, probably V. Because, let's face it, Uzi is kind of, Uzi and Blitz are kind of the main protagonists of the respective series, so it makes sense that those two would duke it out as well. So that's my theory as to who might be fighting who the most, but let's face it, there's probably gonna be a lot of action in between. And let's face it also, Uzi is definitely the most powerful of the bunch. She could wreck everyone, given she knows how to utilize her solver. This was, after all, made a while ago, so I'm not sure how well versed Uzi is with her solver in this animation. But we'll see. Now, of course, you know the drill. You should check out the original upload. And, do that. Do that now. If you haven't yet. Because this is, half a year old at this point. So you better have checked out the original. All credit will be down in the description below. You know the drill. Let's finally begin this reaction video in a 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, MORØ, let's see what you got for us. I am so ready for greatness. Pausing, of course. The following characters depicted in this animation are the property of their respective owners. This is a fan project, as I have no affiliation with Vtuber or Glitch Productions. Always gotta get that out of the way. Well then, any notice to re-upload conditions? There it is. Was waiting for that. There it is. Everyone is allowed to re-upload this video as long as it is not an identical video with images overlaid / AI generated voice posing as reactions or part of a bland compilation. It's not a compilation. I am not an AI generated voice posing as a reactor. Shocking. Although you could read into it that way, considering all the things that apply to me. Anyway. And it is not an identical video. There is an overlaid image, but that is on top of everything else. On top of me being here. So, it is more than just the overlaid image here. And the overlaid image is to your benefit. In this case. Because I do want people to not just have full access to the video here. Alright. Let's see what we got. Want to see animation videos more often? Consider helping me fund future projects. Come out faster than this. I animate alone and my back hurts. Damn. That would explain why there's still no second episode to Indie Cross after a year. Still can't believe I was a year late to the party on reacting to that. The plush! It's probably gone forever at this point. Imp City, here we go.
Hey, are you the big shot running this interesting joint?
Well, looking at that outfit, that definitely looks like one of the humans we saw both in the pilot episode and in the recent episode with the flashback before everyone died. So, yes. This is definitely one of the humans that that has had experience with the murder that happened. Which is interesting timeline-wise, because, you know, Murder Drones takes place a little bit more in the future, considering the advanced technology. Helluva Boss doesn't. We've seen Earth in Helluva Boss. It looks like your stereotypical, maybe slightly exaggerated modern day. Mostly America, considering all the weaponry. So either... we can also just assume that imps don't age, and they're still doing the same job after all this time. And that is why that's still happening. So yes, time passed, murder drones are a thing now, and stuff and things. Or maybe someone came here from a parallel universe and got sent into the same version of hell. Or we could just put all of that aside and just accept the fact that it's just a crossover for the sake of being a crossover, and I shouldn't read too much into the logic behind it. Okay? Okay, moving on.
That's right. I am Blitz. The O is silent. What can I do for you today? Who we killing?
Nobody. In need of your expertise.
You know what? Close enough for the Blitz voice. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it.
To get to the snowy exoplanet Copper 9, there's an underground bunker that I need you to, take care of. You know, blow it to smithereens.
Ah, we're talking about the labs? Cabin Fever Labs? Getting there ahead of Tessa, or Sin, rather.
Wow, you guys live in space now? Let me guess, got stabbed by a unicorn, maybe? Unicorns are real, right?
What? No.
Yes.
I
No, they
dedicated
are.
the past few years of my life to my responsibilities on Copper 9. However,
You
one
died.
day while en route to take a well-deserved day off, something unexpected happened.
And you died.
Yeah, I've no idea what the fuck happened.
Also fun how you look the exact same, both alive and dead. So either you somehow got sent to hell with barely anything changing, or you found you got the exact same suit. And you are actually a demon under that suit, but you know, it was just possible to get the exact same suit without any problem. Again, logistics. Why am I reading into it? I don't know. I just am. That's what reaction videos are supposed to be about. You try to pick apart what you see.
Point is, that bunker holds secrets I'm not inclined to reveal to anyone in that planet. So you better ensure there's no trace left behind.
I mean, fair. What does that say in the background? Fucking... Card for... Who fucking knows or something? I can't read that last word. It's just too small. I'm sorry. It's some kind of card. Who fucking cares? Why am I... You know what, just moving on. It's not important. It's a background detail.
I don't really care. Jobs here are way easier and pay more.
Yeah, right. I'll handle the paperwork once.
When actual hell is less of a hellhole than real life. Yeah.
I, figure out this Copper 9 tomfuckery. Just give me a few days, okay? Also, since this isn't what we usually do, and you can't get this kind of service anywhere in hell, the additional fees are gonna be very expensive.
And he'll take it.
Hell.
Hell indeed. Alright, 3 days later. Let's see it.
All right, Eminem, we've got a job to do. Gather every explosive we have. We're gonna blow up a bunker. I'm gonna put these babies to good use.
What's in the bunker, sir?
To be fair, Richard's voice is a lot harder to nail, so we've only heard a little bit of Moxie. It sounds close enough, definitely a little bit further off than for Blitz, I think, but again, the voice is a lot harder to nail, I think. Also, so far, the animation, it resembles Helluva Boss very nicely. It's just, you can definitely tell that there's a bit of a different art style going on, but it is very... it still captures it very well, I have to admit. It's gonna be a lot different with the whole Murder Drones thing, because Murder Drones is a 3D animation rather than 2D. So, yeah. But fact remains that Liam Vicker's art style is 2D and was adapted into 3D for Murder Drones, and now that 3D adaptation that they made is getting readapted into 2D yet again. So, we're going through a few steps here. I'm curious to see how that's gonna end up looking.
Do we even know what we're destroying?
Who cares, Moxie? It's full of old junk that the client doesn't want anyone seeing, and he wants it gone.
And we're bringing the Pussy Destroyer, okay.
So, we're just gonna bring the boom without knowing what's inside? Count me in!
That's the spirit, Millie.
Again, the voices do sound close enough. I still have to admit that Blitz's is probably the closest to the original. Again, though, voices being slightly off is something I was expecting.
Besides, who doesn't enjoy a bit of fireworks every once in a while?
And again,
Well, if it's what the client wants, let's get ready.
and it works
So
well.
it's not something we'll regret.
They're doing a great job, honestly.
Sir, why didn't the client mention anything about this freezing weather?
At least they aren't bothered by the lack of an atmosphere that's, you know, no breathable atmosphere, no problem. Hellborn beasts.
Couldn't they have given us, I don't know, a heads up?
I hope this bunker is worth the freeze. I don't see anything.
I know, right? How are we supposed to find anything in this?
Nice. Also, yeah, especially when yelling, it's definitely harder to keep up impressions, because you're supposed to put again, changing the energy you put into a voice changes how the voice sounds, obviously, and when you're doing an impression, it's very hard to keep that up. So I understand that the Moxie voice definitely slipped a bit more there. Again, not complaining, just something I thought I'd mention. Because, you know, I'm supposed to pick these things apart. Otherwise, what am I? Just a little acid in the corner, vibing, smiling a little bit while the original video plays out. Which is definitely what some reactors do. I'm sorry, but it is true that, let's face it, reactions are already barely content, but when you don't do anything reaction-like during the reaction, then you might as well just re-upload the video and call it a day, honestly. Why am I ranting about the state of reaction videos? I should be reacting to this and admire the wonderfully drawn frozen human skeleton. And we found the bunker. We'll take it.
These super cryptic coordinates are messing with my head. Clearly whoever's behind this is hiding something very important.
Totally not an awkward expression. Alright, we got the little jokes with the display. Animation looks well adapted into 2D. Definitely nice. And again, I think the voice does its job very well of sounding just like Uzi. Again, not perfect, but it's never gonna be perfect.
Uzi, we've been walking for hours. Don't you think we should head back? Sunrise is only a few minutes away.
Similar story for
We're so
N
close,
and
I
everyone.
feel it.
Or perhaps your little treasure hunt game doesn't lead to anything and we're just wasting our time.
We gotta stumble upon something eventually. Can you
No.
Paranoid, but I feel like you're just here to mock me whenever the mood strikes.
Now you're catching on.
I knew it was you for brains.
My apologies. We're going back. We're going back. That was very short, but I gotta get those little
Now you're
thingies.
catching on.
I gotta get all the little... Also, that smile from V. Yes. Yes. Just yes. Auto sensor. Why do you have that? What do you need that for? Did your parents install that in you, Uzi? If so, I am very sorry. I hope you can get rid of it at some point. Just hack your own brain. I'm sure it's gonna work out well.
You for brains.
Profanity!
She started.
Okay. That exact posing and with profanity. Was that a Pymations reference? I watched 5 AM at Freddy's, okay? And I feel like that was a reference. Whether intentional or not, I'll take that. Because that is a fun little animated series as well. Naturally, I haven't reacted to it because that was a while before I started doing reactions.
Started it.
Well, I am finishing it. Come on, let's...
And then everybody died. The end.
I think the purple thing is onto something. Catch you later.
Ah, great. So much text. Let's read this first and then I'll go back anonymous, huh? This you? You must be the life of the party. Any chance you could transport it to me once you're through? Hello? So you blew up. Couldn't you wait just a little longer? It's frozen over here, okay? Here. Alright, so that is the corpse. Perfect. He blew up, but then froze in that position after blowing up. Fun how that works out. Alright, let's see if I can catch the first little couple of text messages.
Catch you later.
Alright. Of course, Stolas text. Oh god, that is small. The atmosphere of Copper 9 is, in actuality, highly toxic. It's not your run-of-the-mill composition suitable for human respiration, which is exactly what I pointed out, but I guess it doesn't matter to them. To explore this planet, an advanced and robust air filtration system is non-negotiable, without which breathing would be perilous. Furthermore, the conditions on Copper 9 are persistently frigid, with snowfall being a common occurrence. Hence, adaptive thermal protection and equipment are imperative to survive its harsh meteorological landscape. In summary, Copper 9, while visually reminiscent of Earth, poses formidable challenges for potential human habitation, emphasizing the importance of meticulous preparation and precautionary resources when contemplating a visit. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks, yes. And wow, so you were warned by Stolas. It's just that you either didn't care to inform the rest of your team, or that you just didn't pay attention or read that long message, because it's a long message and you don't care about Stolas and you probably don't want to read anything that's longer than like one paragraph at most. Damn, Blitz. Also, yeah, do charge your damn phone, please. Please, that is very worrying. Sorry, this is all I could procure. Please take utmost care on your journey. Please call me if you need any help. I don't think... Actually, no. They might need help just because of Uzi. I'm not sure if they can handle... Like, with everyone else, maybe they have a chance. Then again, those murder drones are very efficient at killing people. So, you know. And they can regenerate. A Helluva Boss crew cannot regenerate. A Helluva Boss crew is also not capable of manipulating matter to their will. Again, they might need help. But okay, sure.
Gotta admit, that was quite a change of pace. But we do need to get back before we get spotted.
I doubt anyone will be living here. But yeah, sure, it's cold as fuck. Millie, you got the book, right?
Nobody's living here. Nobody biologically alive, at least. You fool. Also, damn. Look at that. Them having the book instead of Luna. How could this be? And then it... and they're never getting back. That was the one book. That was the grimoire gone. No longer there. Stolas is in so much shit. He just... yeah, the one item he needs for everything. Let's hope that book can regenerate, because... not only did they lose their way back, but that's like a super massive plot point there.
Oh, you just made a big fucking mistake.
Oh well, I didn't quite hit the mark. I was aiming for the head.
Should have gone for the head, indeed.
Maybe we should hold off on shooting people as our immediate response. Let's try a different approach.
Also, technically you think you were sent here to dismantle the worker drones, right? That is what you thought your directive was? Those people down there are clearly not worker drones, so might want to reconsider the violent approach. Then again, that's just V, so what do I care? He is in. And yeah, of course, as I said, Ed and Moxie, they would probably get along.
Clearly up to something.
Let's not rush to conclusions, okay? I am pretty sure.
You two, stop it. As for you, twisted pyromaniacs.
Again, Moxie and N could have talked this out if everyone else wasn't here. Also, the book is still there. I thought it burned. But here you can clearly... I mean, it's covered by the curtain, but... just trust me on this. Millie is holding the book, okay? Or is she holding a suitcase? It might just be a suitcase. Because that book definitely burned, right?
You better start explaining the cause of this fiery mess, or things are gonna get ugly.
Oh, it already did!
Again, the little things that are way too quick to properly notice.
Oh, it already did!
He gets shot, he gets hit, and just says ouch, okay. Well, there he goes. At least he didn't kill him. Immediate violence, that's what you like to see. Oh.
Sorry, buddy.
I'll just... oh, thanks.
Anytime.
Told you! Like, come on! They could have easily talked this out, but we needed the action. This crossover exists purely to pin them against each other so they fight. So, you know. I guess these two won't be fighting against each other. They'll just be fighting everyone else.
Wait, shit!
Never mind.
I thought we were pals.
See, now that's the matchup I was expecting for this, mostly. Really? The FNAF jump scare? We're doing this? Again, the animation on this. One person. Be reminded at the beginning. The message. Be reminded of that. This is one person animating everything. Can we appreciate how well this is animated, all things considered, especially? Even if it was more than one person, this is still hype. Hey, the little bullet catching animation. Damn, that was from episode 6 when she caught the bullet, and they're doing it here as well. Also chainsaw hand time. Very cool.
You're out of powder now.
That's what you get for using the gun to shoot him after he gave it back. Also, Uzi, you are... What a moment to pause on, by the way. You're about to get a face full of gun.
Doodles. Uh-oh.
And the return.
Ah, fuck.
So Uzi learned how to do that. I don't think we've ever seen her duplicate stuff using the Absolute Solver, but we know it's possible because Doll did it. And Uzi even saw Doll do it, so it's perfectly logical that she would figure out how that shit works at some point. I don't think that we've ever seen her do it in the actual show, though.
Shit! Whoa! Ah!
Again, she could have easily snapped his neck. Also, did that just say playing hissing.mp3? Again, double checking. I want to see the little details. Yeah, hissing sound effect.mp3. That is what she's doing. Again, I told you the drones would win this. And I'm not just saying that because I like murder drones a bit more than Helluva Boss. I am also saying that because it makes sense. We have demons that actually take injuries and can die, versus these murder drones, which, yeah, technically they can also die, but they can regenerate. And even if you don't allow them to regenerate, they'll just go full-on solver on your ass if you destroy them enough. Well, except for N, who has the thingy blocked, but we assume V can still go absolute solver mode. Especially because, you know, Uzi mentioned that at some point in episode 6 as well. Like, cut that thing open and you're gonna get a big ugly worm. So, we're assuming that for V, that shit isn't blocked. And we know that Uzi was in their heads at some point, so we assume it's also a safe assumption that she would know if it was blocked. Yeah. You think you won, but you just took a massive injury there. And V is gonna be back up and running in a second, so... Fool that you are, Billy, you actually took more damage than you dealt there. Also, that aw shit didn't have a lot of emotion in it, but never mind. We're just moving on. Also, that's an expression that I think N has only ever shown in the pilot. Actually, no, I think he also showed that expression after he decapitated Tessa. But it's not an expression we see a lot. That little mixed look. And he hesitates. To be fair, though, Millie is down. I mean, she might get back up, but if so, she's still gonna be severely wounded. Which can't be said for V. Blitzes. Perma. Soviet? I can't read that. I can't read that. He crossed someone's name out. I don't think I can figure out whose name he crossed out there.
Quit hiding!
Suck it, Paramore!
Oh! There's the wings, and she's back. Yep, she's going for it. She's solver mode. Oh, and there's Sin. Yeah, you're super screwed now. Her arm's already back. And there goes your arm. Again, told you these dudes would lose. Yup. Sorry to say, the drones win these. They win these, absolutely. Now, the only question is, are they gonna kill them or not? Downloading pirated Attack on Titan final season. Failed virus detected. Try again. Oh no, she was gonna go full anime on his ass. Pirating anime. Again, As she said in the pilot. You'd think pirating all that anime is worthless. But it's not. She is one of my people. Again, nobody is paying for 13 different streaming services just to watch the shows they want to watch, right? If there was one streaming service that had all the different anime shows I want to watch, then yeah, I'd gladly pay for it. I'm not paying for 10 different ones, though. Does that mean I advocate piracy? Not necessarily. You should support shows if you can support them. It's just sometimes straight up unreasonable, which is why I stand with Uzi on this. Yep. Stolas? Yeah, of course. There he is! And we're out. At least they realized that was a little bit of a problem. Now with Stolas, I don't know who would win. Stolas is incredibly powerful. But he did get kind of picked up by a random human security guard that one time. But that's probably because he didn't want to use his powers too much in the mortal world. In order to not draw too much attention. Again, when fighting the dorks, he seemed super powerful. Like, incredibly so, even capable of possessing someone. And a bunch of corpses. But, can you really possess a robot? And again, I think it was the second episode of season 2, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. The one where Octavia wanted to see the stars, that one. Stolas seemed pretty weak in that episode. Probably because he didn't have the grimoire, is what he said, if I remember correctly. That without it, he's actually rather weak in the mortal world. Which, again, the grimoire is currently burnt to shit. But still, it would be a lot of a closer fight if Stolas was involved in this. And definitely more likely to go in their favor. But yeah, as it is right now, big L for the Helluva Boss crew. Aw, look at them. Stolas looking after Blitz. Them doing their thing up there, and just, you know. Also the amazing people that worked on this. Amazing. Animation was great, voice acting. The voices sounded pretty much as close as you could get to the originals, I think, reasonably. There's quote-unquote Tessa. The book is what? Yeah. They definitely lost big time on this one. That was fun. A lot of fun. There's still some time left. Is there also going to be an after credits scene in this? Much like there was with Indie Cross. Oh. Knife not included. Well, that is sad. Then why would I want one of these little buggers if there's no knife included? Alright, that was about as fun as I would expect it to be. Definitely enjoyed my time with this video. Again, MORØ just knows how to animate well. With fight scenes and everything. Man, makes me look forward even more to Indie Cross episode 2 whenever that's gonna come out. But again, the fact that it's taking over a year in between episodes definitely means that it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Plus, you know, there was this whole project thing. It's not like MORØ is just working on Indie Cross and nothing else after all. Of course, of course that's just gonna make Indie Cross take even longer to come out. But man, am I anticipating that release when it finally happens. I'm gonna be all over that. I'm not gonna be a year late to the party again. Trust me. Next Indie Cross episode, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna react to that as soon as possible. And you're gonna get it like 1 or 2 weeks after the original video is out. You're gonna get the reaction. Now, there's not much else to say on this one. Now, normally this would be the part where I theorize as to what might happen next. But, you know, it is just a one-off. There is not gonna be a next. I already talked about all the stuff with that the fight would be a lot closer with Stolas involved, but without the Grimoire, I feel like Stolas might still lose. Again, the N and V can probably handle the Helluva Boss crew decently well by themselves, because they can just regenerate and always come back, and, you know. Meanwhile, Uzi would be a pretty solid match for Stolas. Again, it all comes down to how limited his powers are without the Grimoire. Again, we have seen him before. He does look pretty helpless sometimes in the human world. But I guess the only way we would know is if there were a sequel to this, which, let's face it, it's not gonna happen. A sequel to this ain't gonna come out. If anything, MORØ's gonna do crossovers with other stuff. So yeah, definitely enjoyed this, had a lot of fun with it. Animation looked good, voices sounded as close as you could get, I already said that, so I'm gonna end this reaction video here. I'm gonna do more reactions on this channel to different stuff, Indie Cross of course being one of them, one of the series that I'm gonna watch. So yeah, consider subscribing if you're interested in that, but be aware that there's also a lot of VOD uploads on this channel that fill actually most of the uploads here. So yeah, if that's not your thing, then just feel free to just keep looking for these reactions per the YouTube search. But the subscription is always a thing that you can utilize if you feel like it. In any event, thanks for watching. I'll see you all around. Have a good one. Bye bye.